The boys over at PressTube just love a good pour-over. Whether that's a delicious cup of coffee or the pour-over at the heart of this experiment. You saw them melt the lava rock down. They're going to pour that molten lava over these sheets of glass. How many layers will the molten rock melt or smash or burn its way through? It's time to find out. The rock's now liquefying. A quick test. No tricks. That's not plastic. It's glass. And take a look at this. Stir it up with that metal band. Getting nice and runny now. And for an indication of just how hot it is, on contact with the water, it starts to boil immediately. These are not safe experiments. Don't try them at home. Here goes. And on first pour, it looks like an incredible red-backed galaxy. And that first layer didn't stand a chance. The heat shattering it and driving down. Then a second layer. As that oozing lava spreads out, a third layer taken out. And in slow-mo, that is so spectacular. That brick literally on fire from the heat emanating out of that puddle of hardening lava. A few drops of water are not going to cool this thing down, and you can see some more cracking taking place as steam bursts out of it. One more layer taken down. In the end, 4 out of 6 layers of glass, they never stood a chance. Yes, it cracked late, but it counts. Time to try to break it apart. So hardened now, it literally snaps into pieces, brittle like the glass itself. A few pieces at a time. And really, this guy should be wearing gloves. But these PressTube guys are crazy, always getting up to some hijinks. And just look at that, still so hot the water is steaming as these lava plates are dropped in. The last big piece removed from the scene, and I'm just beginning to realize that giant pile of wood behind this experiment, that could have gone terribly wrong. Now for my favorite kind of pour-over, and that's a smooth coffee. I'm particular. I like a nice Ethiopian Yirgacheffe. I have a Chemex, some lovely high-quality filters, and a favorite mug. So I'm curious how the PressTube boys do it. It's obviously a little more dramatic than my kettle. They're starting a fire to heat up their water. And they've got an antique grinder. A little jelly over here. No problem though. In goes the water to this cute little kettle. Looks pretty heavy duty. And it must be to sit directly over a fire like that. Here it comes, the Chemex. In goes that lovely washed paper filter. And if you're into this kind of stuff, you know you gotta run a little boiling water through the filter first. Pour that out. It also heats up the glass so that the coffee doesn't fall through and drip into a cold vessel and immediately start to cool down. In go the grinds. I'm so curious what kind of coffee they're drinking. Colombian, Brazilian, it could be from anywhere. And now that classic pour-over style, the swirling pour. Not just dumping it in all at once, you want to expose every last bit of that grind. I bet that smells amazing. The coffee aroma coming up, the wood burning in the background. Heck, they can probably smell the lava from outside. it's got to be a thing of beauty. And once all the ground is saturated, you can see the water soaking up through the filter, while there's a lot of coffee dripping down through as well, leaving behind a brown sludge. A little more water being poured over the grinds to get every last bit of that delicious flavor soaked out. And the best thing about a setup like this, they could just grab the filter and grinds and chuck it on the fire. Burn the garbage. And the moment of real truth. How good, how smooth is that cup of Chemex coffee? I tell you what, it looks delicious from here, and that is one lucky fella. A nice big sip, a thumbs up, and for me folks, that's a coffee break. What are you drinking? What's your favorite kind of coffee? And which type of pour over did you prefer, the lava or the coffee? Let us know in the comments section.